That the Atlantic Basin actually has a pretty solid line of defense when it comes to keeping tropical systems from advancing westward through the basin.
In fact, when I look at the Atlantic Basin this time of year, I see a football field. Those aren't longitude lines, those are yard lines. And so what I wanted to do was kind of compare a tropical wave trying to cross the Atlantic and develop and reach the U.S. as a storm or hurricane to a kickoff return in football. I'm going to be the bad guy, the tropical wave trying to become a hurricane with the ball. Alex is going to be the atmosphere with all of its different lines of defense.
Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
And Mike is going to be our coach, our referee, our commentator.
All right. Catch the ball, run hard.
Yes. Now,
here I come.
When I leave Africa, I can probably get to the 20-yard line looking just fine. But the problem is that I might reach my first line of defenders. And let's do that one more time, because when I leave Africa, I'm often kind of tripped up at first, and I'm kind of weak, and I'm kind of easy to bring down. Why? Because of the cool waters and the stable air over the eastern Atlantic. And we have that going on right now in a big way. These two waves leaving Africa are coming off looking all big and burly, but the cool waters in the eastern Atlantic are causing stable air. That's been plaguing the Atlantic. Look at all that cool water out there, Alex. That can trip me up from the start.
And it did. It tripped you up a little bit, but it wasn't like end-all, be-all. It wasn't like you got totally laid out.
No, because look at how more unstable the air gets toward you, Bettis.
So let me ask you this then. If you can advance beyond the 20-yard line, what happens?
Well, a couple of things can happen. One, I can do a trick play and try to hand it off to somebody and go be one of those sneaky waves that goes westward through the Caribbean. More about that later. The other thing that can happen, though, is like we've seen with Gabrielle, I can not look so healthy at first, and then I can start to develop when I get to that warmer water, when I get to that more unstable air. But then there's another big line of defense, the mid-oceanic trough, that big upper level low we've been seeing. That is probably the biggest line of defense between Africa and the U.S. So I'm a strengthening tropical storm. Here comes the wind shear with the upper level trough, and boom! I am sheared apart.
Personal foul.
Well, it is a penalty on the atmosphere, but sometimes you have to break the rules if you want to break a hurricane.
Right.
Do you want to be protected or not?
The low-level part can go westward, but the upper-level part gets taken away. And might even fumble, and you might even take the upper-level part of that system all the way to the northeastern Atlantic.
In order to keep a hurricane well-formed, it needs to be stacked vertically on top of itself. In this case, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, and look at that big bowling ball in the water vapor imagery in the middle of the Atlantic, and that has been there for the past week. And Gabrielle does have to struggle against that, and it might not only shear the system, it might steer it as well. Now, what if you survive that? You're farther south, and you go like over Cuba and Hispaniola. It might be like I'm running along, I'm healthy, and all of a sudden you try to trip me.
I'm like, let me get this.
And I stumble, but you can't stop me that way, because Cuba and Hispaniola can slow down a hurricane, but they're probably not going to stop it. So it's
one of those fancy foot moves where you're able to recover. You save it.
Yeah,
you like Saquon Barkley'd over it.
Yeah, it's like one defender trying to keep you from going farther. So when we look at Hispaniola and Cuba, we know that they can cause hurricanes to weaken because of how large those mountains are. But it might only trip you up. If you survive that and you're close to the East Coast, now you are maybe a hurricane. Maybe like Aaron this past year. It was a significant hurricane, and it's about to reach the continental U.S., but you are going to curve me out to sea, and you're going to make me fumble, and then you recurve into the North Atlantic because you are a trough at the last minute. I was about to make landfall. I was about to score the touchdown, and you caught me at the last minute. Now, what if I get into the Gulf, though? One of those sneaky trick plays, a weak wave gets into the Gulf.
It's just the kicker.
It's a tush push at that point, I feel like.
It's going to make landfall. It's like the field goal kicker trying to get you.
Can you show us the tush?
Every case